let me quickly drive this conversation. Let me drive it home. Yeah. Um, I've met a lot of people in the UK who would say to me that when they were back home in Nigeria, that some of them were creatives, right? They were artists, you get, in different forms and shapes. So they made this relocation. And the moment they got into not even the UK, from the US, I've heard that from the US, Canada, and all of that, just moving out into the diaspora, right? And you see people, the moment they get into that environment, the chaos of that transition, the uncertainty and the unexpected outcomes of this transition oftentimes swallows them up, right? In the sense that they lose the energy and the drive. You see, the bustling and jostling of trying to put soul and body, keep soul and body together, and make ends meet, oftentimes makes people fall out of that frequency. Because I believe that whatever whatever passion you have, whatever purpose or dream you have, all these things operate at a particular frequency. So there is a frequency you also need to be operating at for you to be able to align with such energy. Do you understand? So the moment all this chaos happens in the environment, people fall off that particular level of energy, right? And when they are there for too long, they find it difficult to come back to that level where they are self-motivated, where they are self-inspired and all of that. Now, for me, in here, you see, the thing is that you need to understand that we have a responsibility to the cause of humanity, because I believe that we are all here for a purpose, right? Which is, I believe, is the greater, because no manufacturer creates a thing without a purpose, isn't it? So God must have created us for a purpose. Whether you are in Africa or you are in Europe or you are anywhere, your purpose is universal. It might be geographical, right? But your purpose is universal. Do you understand? So you find yourself in an environment that is this, busy, chaotic, to say, for lack of words, right? So oftentimes people fall out of this frequency. You understand? For me, when I want to do, I realized that when I got into the UK, for a while, I was struggling to find inspiration, right? Struggling to find my zone, to zone myself into the realm where I can hear my deepest subconscious, which is where I draw my own inspiration from, right? So what I did was, each time I feel like I want to get into that recess of myself, I move out of London to neighboring places, right? Because I realized that the moment I am in London, there is a functioning of my brain that is only aligned to work. My brain functions is always, you understand, aligned to work, because that is what I do in this space and geography, right? So I struggle more to go into that depth of inspiration, right? So, but I realized that the moment I move out and I go into another city, my brain shut from the work. Do you understand? It shut away from the work and I enter into a different realm, right? So when I go into such environment, I just realize that it's like the heavens are opened on me. It's like there is a portal, like a tap of inspiration that just begins to come. So that blockage that I experienced while I'm in London, due to how do I put it now? Due to the fact that my brain has, gotten used to work each time he's in London, it's gotten used to work. Do you understand? So when I go out like that, I find out that I'm able to access, that deeper part of myself, which I call the unconscious part of the mind, which is where inspirations and all of that come from. So I think that's the reason why, they always say that when you work, you should go for retreats, you should go for You should go for maybe
Oh,
vacation.
yeah, go on
Yeah,
holidays, go on vacations, spend time outside your workspace.
outside your work environment and your workspace, because there is something it does to your mind. It calms you down when you leave that environment. Do you understand? It leaves the familiar for the unfamiliar, and your brain begins to work. You understand? So for me, I feel like it is my desire to ensure that even though I also have challenges in this environment in terms of work, many uncertainties, bills to pay, and all of that, I know all of this is a means to an end. If I do not ensure that I constantly protect that energy, all of these things I'm doing in London is to nothing. Because for everything we do, the end is that we contribute to the cause of the advancement of humanity, right?
Exactly.
That we are making contributions to our world. So I cannot give an excuse that the reason why I cannot make that contribution is because of what is happening. But it's going to cost me. Traveling away from here cost me time, cost me
Exactly.
money. Do you understand? But at the
Which is
same,
part of the sacrifices you make.
which is part of the sacrifices you make.